We have our new holiday update and we have AutoPilot all ready to go. We have the full self-driving and we are going to select our destination. For our first test, we're just going to go to a restaurant nearby right here. So it's got the navigation for us. Here's the display, and with full self-driving mode, you can actually expand this out and you can see the whole cars. You can see all the cars and how everything's laid out. Looks really cool, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and start driving right now. And when I'm ready to go to AutoPilot, I can just go to double tap right here. And now we are going to be in full self-driving. It's gonna take control of everything. It's driving right now. It made a signal change. I'm not sure why it did that. So now we got a car coming up right here. It slowed down for that. There's a pedestrian right there. It slowed down for that, and the pedestrian is walking. You can see a pedestrian right there. That's actually kind of interesting because my eye connectivity to the pedestrian is kind of weird, because like if I'm looking at her, she might think I let her pass. But anyway, we have a stop right there. It stopped for us. It checked for engagement. My foot is off the pedal completely. Now it's driving and it shows the path right here, so it's doing pretty good. And again, it tells us what it's going to do. It says stopping for a stop sign, and it stops. That's awesome. And it makes a full stop, which is not California roll. It does a two stop. I'm not sure why it did that. All right, so we're moving along right now. There's a car right there. It sees a car. It sees its lane. There's a speed bump right here, and it's not slowing down for the speed bump. Ah! See, normally when I drive, I would slow down for that speed bump. Oh, now it asked me to apply for a slight steering pressure. That's attentiveness, but it's been on AutoPilot for a little while right now. It tells us the time it takes to get to our destination, which is 7 minutes, which is really cool because this feels like you're in an Uber. And it's just okay, that stop right there is a little bit harsh, but that's AutoPilot for you. All right, we're good. It sees the cyclist right there. Oh, it's not slowing down for the speed bump. Oh my god, it's going through the speed bump very fast. Speed bump. Oh my gosh, normally I slow down for those speed bumps, but AutoPilot just, you know, it drives like a normal human drives, which is a little bit more aggressive than I normally drive. So here again is another speed bump. I gotta get used to this. All right, here we go. Let's make this turn right here. Now this road coming up is a little bit narrow and there's no lanes. So you see right there, there's no lanes, but it kind of defines its own lane. It's doing a pretty good job right there. Okay, it asked me to apply a little force. Okay, it's doing pretty good. So it has passed the small roads in our little community. That's great. All right, so now we're going to the big roads, and now this is probably a little bit easier for this car because we're gonna deal with traffic lights, and we're not gonna do a highway trip here because this is our first trip. We're gonna do a local trip, and it does remind us to apply the steering. So it sees the red light. Look at that, it sees the lights. That's really nice. I like that. All right, so it sees the light, it's stopping, it sees the whole intersection, it sees a person walking over there. That's really cool. And it sees all the cars right here, so it's really good. It sees the left lane, the right lane, and it knows that we're in the center lane, and it kind of gives you a projection of the path it's gonna go. It sees that car coming, so it sees everything. I'm impressed. It sees more than I actually see here. So this is without ultrasonic sensor. It sees this car coming up right here. Very cool, very neat. All right, so it's waiting for the light. It knows that once these cars are, well, wait for the light and then it's gonna go. So pretty cool, pretty relaxed. Right now, I haven't touched the steering wheel except for those slight applied pressure. So right now, the light turned green, it's driving, it sees that car right there. So see, it's driving a little bit slow, so I'm a little bit scared of that car. If the car thinks I'm slow, it might turn. So that's kind of like something that is a little bit hard because the other driver sees my eyes and I can kind of communicate with the driver. But if I'm looking at the driver and the car is not moving, then it might make the other driver think that I'm letting him pass, which is dangerous because it's not communicating. Whoa, I'm kind of close to the curve here, but okay, all right, we're good. I think I'm close, but it's actually doing a really good job of centering itself on the road. I'm just normally closer to the side of error than normal. So there's a speed bump right here. Okay, I need to slow it down. I need to slow it down because it doesn't know there's a speed bump there. So that's another thing with AutoPilot is that yes, it's great, but it doesn't understand speed bumps. Okay, so it's gonna turn left here. It sees that car. Okay, so now we're gonna turn left. It's on the right, it's on the correct lane. I would have moved over a little bit more to let people on the right pass, but it's okay, it's doing fine. It's gonna signal left. Now, there is a car up there. You can see there's a car up there. So will it know to wait for that car or not? I have to be ready to take control. So that car is also turning left. Now, I don't know if it knows that car is turning left. It might not know, right? It might not know. So let me see how it's gonna handle this. This is and there's a pedestrian coming. There's a pedestrian coming right there. Okay, the pedestrian is not crossing. Okay, so green light, green light. All right, here we go, here we go, here we go. All right, it sees that car moving, great. It sees that car going, it's clear. Go, 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 Tesla, go, Tesla, go. All right, it turned. All right, it's good. It's doing its thing. All right, excellent, excellent. All right, so here we go. We're going down the road. It sees a car in front of us, and it sees a car is veering to the right. Nice. We need to veer to the right too, because we're gonna turn right here. Apply straight side force. Okay, so I would have hugged the right lane a little bit more here. Otherwise, there are other cars on the side coming up, so it took that veer a little bit slower than I would have. It's okay. All right, there's a bicyclist. Here's just scary. Bicyclist, are you going? Oh my gosh, see, I stopped autopilot because I wasn't sure if it was going to let that bicyclist go. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. Oh, you know what? All right, I've got the autopilot back engaged here, so we'll let it go. Yeah, so I didn't trust that so far because this is my first trip with the autopilot. I think I should have trusted a little bit more, but again, there was a person's life at risk, so I didn't want to really trust the autopilot yet. This is my first trip. I'm trying to get used to it. All right, but so far I'm really impressed with this feature. So now it's stopping right here. I will say that if this is our first time using autopilot, I would recommend if this is full self-driving. If this is the first time you're using full self-driving, I would recommend trying autopilot, which is just the cruise control and the steering assist for a little while until you're comfortable and trust your Tesla before you let it go into FSD. The full self-driving is impressive, but it's crazy. But look at this display. You see all these cars up there. These are some parked cars over there. You see cars crossing here. You even see the motorcyclist as a motorcyclist. I like that. It identifies the red lights right there. Perfect. It sees a car coming up right there. It has a projection of the path we're going. So it's making me feel pretty comfortable. It sees everything. And we're gonna go straight here and we're gonna make a right on Washington Avenue. We have some cars turning right there, so that's looking pretty good right there. Okay, all right, so now we are going to progress when the light turns green. All right, so here we go. We're waiting for the traffic light. What I will notice is that it does hesitate a little bit to start driving. See, light's green right here. It's good. It hesitates because that protects you from drivers that run the red lights. So that's good. It's driving. It's doing 40 miles per hour. That's the regular speed. Okay. It asked me to put some force on the steering wheel. Great. All right, we're going straight here, so we're gonna skip this intersection. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna go through here. Great. All right, it's gonna turn right now, so we're gonna see if it's gonna veer to the right lane and it's gonna turn right for us. Here we go, turning right over here. Apply some force. Good. It sees the green arrow. Now will it turn on green arrow? Will it turn on green arrow? It does. It does. It turns on the yellow arrow. Perfect. Perfect. All right, so now it's driving again. Now it's gonna have to merge left. It's gonna have to merge left right here. Oh, it hesitated a little bit, but it's fine. It merged left. Okay, perfect. Now we're in a little tunnel area. Good. All right, apply a little force on the steering wheel. Good. Now we're gonna go underneath this little bridge. Perfect. It's doing a great job and fantastic. Very smooth. Very smooth. All right, so far so good. And I barely have to touch the steering wheel. I've only touched it, except that one time just a minute ago. But I've only touched it when it tells me, like right here, apply a little force. I apply a little force and we're good. All right, so here's where it's kind of weird because the lane kind of opened pretty big. Sometimes I have cars like kind of speeding up on the side of me if they see space, but it's fine because now the lane has kind of divided up. It found its lane. It's good. It's going to continue on the side lane. I like that path. Oh, yellow light. Good. It sees the yellow light and it has stopped. That's very good. Another thing I forgot to set up is the car's FSD, full self-driving. It has the option to be aggressive, normal, or very passive, I guess. Like there's different options of how aggressive it drives, right? Just like human, some cars are going to be aggressive drivers and some drivers are going to be less aggressive. I think by default it's intermediate, but from my experience from watching autopilot videos on YouTube a while ago, people say that the autopilot is aggressive even in the normal setting. Okay, so it's gonna turn right here. So we're gonna listen for the right turn. Here we go. We're just gonna turn right. Here we go. Okay, its signal is turning right. Good. Oh! Why is it so aggressively turning right? Okay, so it's gonna. Oh, too much aggressiveness. It didn't understand this turn right here. It did not understand this turn. Okay, because I don't know what it was doing. It was just trying to be aggressive, so I had to take it out of autopilot right away. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and actually it says arrive at the restaurant. So now I'm curious, is it gonna park for me? What's it gonna do right now? So it's arriving at a restaurant. We're at the restaurant here. So autopilot navigation complete. It's done. Sweet. Okay. So there we go. That's autopilot. It's done. And now I can do whatever I want. So there we go. Autopilot has successfully took us to the restaurant. Okay. So now if I'm driving, what is it doing? What is it doing? It's kind of on like an autopilot path. I don't know what it's doing, but it got us to our destination. Maybe I can do like a test of parking too. But anyway, that is the first drive of autopilot. Let me know, how do you guys feel about FSD? Is it good? I keep calling it autopilot, and it is autopilot, but there's different versions of autopilot, right? There's the basic one that comes with the Teslas, and that's all free. That's just the speed control and the auto steer. Then there is enhanced autopilot, which is the basic one, plus it will also do lane changes for you. And then there's the third one, which is the one we have, is full self-driving, and that does the full navigation based on your input. So there we go. Let me know if you think the FSD full self-driving is worth the price we just paid. We paid $199 to get access per month. Is that worth it? And maybe if you consider keeping your car long enough, maybe get the $12,000 package, so it's a lifetime of the vehicle. Personally, I think that $12,000 is not worth it. It's probably worth it just to pay $199 per month, and that means in a year it costs $2,400. In 2 years, it's gonna cost $4,800, and then maybe in 4 years, it's gonna cost what, $8,000. In 5 years, that's gonna cost 5 years, that's gonna be like $10,000, and 6 years is gonna be $12,000. So $12,000 is roughly, give or take, is about 6 years, right? And most people are gonna change their car probably 3 or 4 years. So maybe it makes more sense to buy the $199 per month, because I'm not sure how well the FSD is worth it in terms of resale value. I don't think it adds a lot of resale value when you have FSD. Maybe a little bit, but definitely not worth that $12,000. Maybe not even worth that $6,000. Say you drive it for 3 years and then you do FSD and you sell it for another $6,000 on top. I don't think people are gonna pay an extra $6,000 for FSD. Maybe $3,000. Yeah, but yeah. So my point is, the FSD is really nice. It's gonna continue to get better. I don't know if Tesla's gonna increase the price or lower the price, but at this point, I think that $199 is worth it. Let me know, is FSD worth it? And let me know how you felt about our first FSD drive.